On the other side, I do have pictures of myself with Jason Reynolds signing a book for me, not this one, unfortunately. And I've had brief conversations with him. I've also got to see him speak, and he's absolutely wonderful. So I'm super excited to share this book with some students tomorrow in class, and they better read it right away. So I use them, you know, so that I can pick it up without getting my hands messy. And this one is a cat. Like, it's so cute. It's a little kitty. My name's Amber. This is my channel, Beautiful Life. Hi, welcome back. Good to see you. Dropped my book. Oh no. A couple of things I want to start with first is my students told me I needed to use clickbait to get more viewers, and I'm not going to do that. So the titles represent something that's actually in the episode. The second thing they said to do was I had to talk negatively about somebody, and they said, oh, that'll just bring in all the viewers. And then I was like, well, what if it's about you? And they were like, yeah, do that. Well, I'm not going to do that, but I did have a really horrible experience yesterday at the bookstore. I was in fact going to get this book by Jason Reynolds, and 3 of my students, yes, 3 of them have asked for it, and so I finally went to go get it and had just an awful experience.
Cute dog. Here she is, my nightmare from the bookstore. Booty sticking out, smelly coat draped over the books, texting. Right, who would she be texting? I also ran into an entire family seated and laying on the floor of the young adult book section. And I literally had to step into the space of a crisscross applesauce just to get the book that I came for.
Okay, so now we'll talk about some of the books that I've been reading, and I did finish Mr. Miracle, and it's amazing. I know you'll do that. The next graphic novel that I'm going to be starting tonight, it's called Sabrina, and you can tell it's just this basic like monochrome type cover. Really looks pretty boring, and the artwork, yeah, you can see it's very monotone and drab. So to me that shows that it's trying to show like how everybody's supposed to fit into these little cookie cutters. And I'm thinking back of my grandmother's neighborhood where everybody had the same type of house. And my assumption is going to be that this sameness that's shown through the artwork turns into some type of hell. I don't know. I'll get back to you when I read it. Oh, hi, you see? So typically I have 3 to 4 books that I'm reading, and I just started this one. It's titled The Boy Who Was Raised as a Dog, and it's a true story written by Bruce D. Perry. He's a psychiatrist, and Maya Solovitz. Okay. So the first chapter is about a client named Tina, and she's 7 years old. The names have all been changed unless he had their permission, but like I think all the patients' names are changed. So I'll read off of the first page. He first is meeting her. She comes into the office, so it's just him and Tina, and the mother's sitting outside. And it says, Tina sat on my couch for a minute, checking me out, looking me up and down. Then she walked across the room, crawled into my lap, and snuggled in. I was touched. Gosh, what a nice thing to do. What a sweet child. Stupid me. She shifted slightly and moved her hand to my crotch and tried to open my zipper. Now I was sad. I took her hand, moved it away, and carefully lifted her off my lap. Okay, so this is about a 7-year-old girl, and come to find out, she had been abused by the neighbor's son. So the neighbor would babysit Tina, and she would leave sometimes to go run errands. In the meantime, the son would do all of these inappropriate things to her child. This was back in the probably late 80s when this first instance occurred with this patient. And at that time, what Dr. Perry was realizing is there wasn't really a way in the field of psychology to handle these types of situations appropriately. In fact, there wasn't this connection that we have now, that when you have a childhood traumatic experience, that it can impact the development of your brain. I think it was like Dr. Levine, I'm not really sure. He was doing some tests on rats, okay? And so they would take these little tiny baby rats. Oh gosh, I'm assuming maybe baby rats are cute. I don't know. I don't like rats really. Easy. I bet you would like a baby rat. Huh? Oh yeah. I bet you would dream of that. But anyway, they would take these tiny baby rats in the laboratory setting, and then they would put them in a really stressful situation, which would be to like take them away from their mother rat, and then for a human just to hold them, and that would cause extreme stress for the rat. And what would happen is the rat would release these extreme amounts of different types of hormones, stress hormones, and the impact of this on the brain is that the impacts were felt all the way into rat adulthood. And thus, Dr. Perry kind of had this idea that potentially traumatic experiences when you are young could impact the way the brain developed. He didn't have a way to prove this. He would talk to different colleagues, and some of them really rejected his ideas, and then he had this one mentor that really encouraged him to pursue his ideas. The question, I have about 8 more pages in the chapter to read, and the question that the doctor keeps posing to himself is he going to be able to help Tina? I'm wrong, but I'm super excited to read this book. Each chapter is about a different client, and while it's very sad, it also is something that happens to people, and that makes it more interesting. Like, true stories are obviously a lot more engaging. The way he writes is also very easy and manageable to read, but at the same time I'm learning a lot or reinforcing things that I knew about brain development, and I'm just so interested in the brain. I bet all readers are. All right, little readlings, you know what time it is. Yeah, it's vegan snack time. Today, I already prepared the snack just because it's a little awkward to make, but cookie butter is, oh my gosh, one of the most favorite things in my life. And it's basically just cookies smashed up into this divine buttery type, peanut butter type substance, and it's vegan, so Nutella technically I can't eat. You know, just on one of those bad human days would I eat Nutella. Love to have it, you know, just on little slices of banana is really good. And then I have these, I'm just gonna eat this one. Okay, I'll be quiet for a minute. And I have these little, I don't even know what they are. They're something like from Tokyo that we got when we went to Tokyo, because they like all their foods really cute, and I do too. The last thing that I was supposed to do this week is pick somebody to get the stickers, and to get one of the stickers. And while there were some people that liked the video, their names aren't there, so I can't tell who liked it. The only person that commented was Love and Joy, and she, I'm assuming Love and Joy is a she. Please forgive me if it's a he. It could be a he, right? But I'm assuming Love and Joy is a she, and I feel like she is in 5th period. Maybe she'll let me know. But she wanted me to do a prank on my husband, as if he's not mad enough at me already. Anyway, if Love and Joy is who I think it is, then that person will get their choice of the stickers. Okay, so I'll probably be making a couple of short videos this week, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye. Easy. Easy. Thanks for stopping by. Go ahead, hit like, subscribe. Catch you next time.